born ready, just not big enough.
Gotcha. Greetings and salutations, life gainers. I'm your host, Lamont Tyson. And today on this series that we're doing, I have a very special guest. Oh, by the way, I am looking cute today. My Tyson shirt. Again, I've got me some more Carl Kanai pants. If you grew up in the 90s, you know who that corporation was. And I got them fresh from TJ Maxx. I'm an entrepreneur on the budget. Special guest of mine today is just an absolute legend here in Greensboro. Self-made millionaire, self-made entrepreneur, philanthropist, teacher, mentor. I've got my friend, Andy Zimmerman. Andy?
Lamont, I'm humbled to be here with you today.
Thank you for giving me a little bit of your time to kind of get people inspired and for them to understand what it's going to take to make it and why being an entrepreneur is such a good thing and all the things going on in Greensboro. So, the question I will ask to you is, for those that don't know you, what got you to the dance? How did you become the Andy Zimmerman that is everything I just described?
I attribute a lot of my success to my family and my upbringing. Mm-hmm. My dad was a very successful person first.
Yes, sir.
And he was successful because he raised a successful family. He had successful friends. He was a person of faith. Mm-hmm. And he ran a successful business. And he taught me, I think, true entrepreneurialism. My family, I think, has a lot of history with entrepreneurialism. And I went to the School of Hard Knocks. I never graduated high school. And I went to the school of my father's way of thinking and doing business.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And so that was the foundation that made Andy who he is. What was the first business deal or business venture that helped catapult you to starting this illustrious career?
So I worked for my dad when I quit high school at 17 and started sweeping the floors and ended up national sales manager of our family business. Mm-hmm. And we had about 175 people and did about 12 million in sales when I left as national sales manager for that company. And I left it to start a kayak manufacturing business. Mm-hmm. With a good friend of mine in my backyard. We started out with 2 people and was in the right place at the right time. And we made our success in that business through building up a strong brand. And it took about 8 years of blood, sweat, and tears to finally realize that we really had built something up that had some value.
Wow.
So it took quite a while of, almost giving up. I can't tell you how many times, and that's why most businesses fail. Obviously, capital is a big reason, mm-hmm. but where there's a will, there's a way if you've got a good idea. And then you add some luck and blessings to it, and, here we are.
Wow. You own patents. Is that not correct?
I do.
How many patents do you own?
I think about 5.
Wow. And which one would you say has been your favorite patent, or which one is your most successful patent?
So in the kayak industry, what I found out pretty quickly that other people didn't do well is comfort in a kayak. And most people were just putting utilitarian seating in their kayaks. And I came up with a multi-adjustable, comfortable seat like no other company had. Mm-hmm. And then I designed a way within those patents so that other people, it wouldn't be easy for them to get around my patent. So I used to have thinking classes with everybody involved saying, okay, this is what our patent's about, but how can we get around our own patent? And then I protected those ideas as well. So it was the seating patent that really was powerful. Other people could have different shapes to their boats, but they couldn't design a seat that was as comfortable as ours. And that really was a huge part of our success.
Wow. So that's a little bit of Andy, the professional background. What are some things people can understand about Andy, the person? How do you chill out, mellow out? How do you refresh your mind to keep coming up with new ideas?
So the way I chill out is high risk adventure.
High risk? Well, you're jumping out of airplanes, Andy. You're scaling Mount Everest, gliding down.
I'm a mountain climber, and I have been in my past an extreme kayaker, and probably back in the day went over a 40-foot waterfalls in my kayak and climbed the Grand Teton and climbed in Yosemite. And it's the way that I clear my head out and stop it from thinking all about business and focus only on what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. And it takes that kind of extreme event for my mind to be off of whatever it is in business that I might want to think about. But if I did, I might be risking my life.
Gotcha. When you become a business owner and entrepreneur, there's no way around certain issues you're going to have to deal with. In today's political climax, federally, not locally, how do you feel our nation has been moving toward spurring or helping small business?
You know, Lamont, I don't pay much attention to politics. I don't fancy politics. In a lot of ways, it gets in the way of people doing business. Mm-hmm. With that said, I try to be apolitical and on both sides of the fence and support whoever is in the position of power or the position of office. Instead of pushing against each other, I want to pull on the same rope.
Right.
But I mostly just go my own way. And if politics wants to help what Andy Zimmerman's doing, great. If they don't, get out of my way, because I want to get stuff done.
What would be some tips you would give to other entrepreneurs, considering all the success you had? Give me 3 of your top tips to help an entrepreneur.
Don't give up. Mm-hmm. Find mentors. And Forge is a great place, and HQ Greensboro will be a great place to find mentors. And always refine your business plan. You know, it's a work in process, and that a refining process is necessary so that you think ahead, and it's a roadmap.
It's a living document.
It's a living document and a roadmap for success.
And as we start to get on this roadmap to get you out of here on this interview, what is your long-term vision for economic development and entrepreneurs here in Greensboro?
You know, I never imagined how successful the Forge would be in such a short period of time, and how broad of an interest that it has attracted. And what has come out of it first and foremost for me is the collaborative way of thinking and doing here. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be repeated in a different way next door at HQ Greensboro. So I think collaboration is the future for success in a lot of communities. I certainly believe that here in Greensboro. Lots of people kind of work in their own box, and I have. Mm-hmm. I've focused on my business and didn't have a lot of other time for outside activities, or to meet people like you and network with people like you, and learn from people like you. And now I see the way that I think lots of people can be successful, and it's through collaboration.
If people want to support you and your businesses, what businesses or what things can they do to support Andy Zimmerman?
Well, and I don't look at it as Andy Zimmerman. I look at it as Greensboro and the community, and what we are doing here at the Forge, what will be done next door at HQ. I say support that, and in an offline way, or a byproduct, it's supporting Andy Zimmerman. But more important, much greater than Andy Zimmerman, is the Forge and HQ Greensboro and other initiatives like that, the Nussbaum Center, and other similar initiatives.
such as Tyson Place Child Care
Now
Academy,
you're
Tyson
talking.
Place Teen Community Revitalization Initiative. Wonderful platform. Andy, it's been a pleasure.
My pleasure.
We can't oftentimes say we can shake the hands of someone who's worth more zeros than a square dance, but I'm going to do it.
I'm humbled.
Guys, don't forget to like this video, comment, subscribe, go out there and get yourself a life game, come down here to the Forge and get your network going, and we'll talk to you later.
I'm inspired by you, Lamont. Thanks a lot.
No, thank you, Andy.
Good job.